Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Post Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Check out that logo there.
That's awesome. I love it.
Deanna did that for us, I guess a year or so ago.
Yeah.
I decided, you know what, let's put a little moving graphic on there this morning, Jay.
That's
we'll
good.
just leave it there all show. Because I hit the scale this morning. I was 245.8, most I've ever weighed. It's not good.
No, it's all right, Rob.
No,
we just came out of Thanksgiving and the New Year's approaching, so you got time to
That's not
make
good.
those New Year's resolutions. And
I think I've made like public statements on this show that I'm going to commit to taking better care of myself. You know what it was? We had our networking group little party last night at Sam Houston Community Room, which we appreciate Greg Smith and the great folks over there at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They provide that room to the community free of charge.
that's awesome.
And so we use that room for our meetings, but we also used it for the Christmas party last night. And somebody had to do this. Somebody had to be the person that brought that really delicious farmhouse pink cake. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
That is the best. My grandmother made great cakes. Lemon cakes are my favorite. But I will say that farmhouse cake has the best cake I've ever had in my life. It's even better than the lemon cake. It's now my favorite.
Yeah, that's good.
And they put that thing in such a huge box that you feel obligated that you got to eat. And they cut it so small you have to eat a bunch of it. Mm-hmm. Man, I threw down like 3 pieces of that. It's probably the size of a pizza last night. Then somebody bought that really good, like that fruit mix. It's like that fruit cream, with like grapes in it and different fruit. And it's like a white cream. I guess it's like Cool Whip and they mix food. Man, I ate a ton of that. Maybe I'll get to the healthy stuff in a minute, but all I can think about is the bad stuff that I ate last night.
So tell me about your networking thing we were talking about before we came on the show. How did that get started, and how do you become a part of it?
Yeah, it was, we just wanted a way to, I don't know, BNI is really famous, Business Network International. They're all over the place, and I was in a BNI in Georgetown, and BNI was really effective because you tracked how much referrals and how much money you passed as a group. And what do I mean by that? I mean, if let's say you came in and bought $500 worth of ads with me,
right,
and you were in that group, well,
right.
we'd write that down, and so we were able to track how much money between the group that we were doing in business based on referrals and all that through the group. And that group in Georgetown, we had like 30 members, and we were generating among each other close to like $60,000 a month in sales, which was awesome. And it was a really effective way to track the success of the group. And that BNI group, it definitely had nothing to do with me because I'd just joined, and people had started that years ago. A guy named John Montgomery's just been awesome with that. He's a good friend of mine, but he was really the advocate for really pushing that thing. And it was just it was a great opportunity to network and to meet people and a very structured. So when I came to Huntsville, I looked to see if we had a BNI group. Now, the chamber, I always recommend people join the chamber first and foremost. Right. I think the chamber is a great resource. But I met Daiquiri Beebe and just miss her. She was such a wonderful person for me when I first came to Huntsville. There's 3 people that I distinctively remember that reached out and helped me get familiar with the community. One was Ray Hernandez with the chamber.
Yes.
Ray was really great in helping me get to know folks. 2 was Robert Lindeman from Hit Solutions. In fact, I had lunch with Robert a couple of days ago. He works with he's a baseball and softball coach, just instructs young people.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for – so he used to work for Thorndale. He was an assistant coach there when they won the state championship back in the day when they were a 1A school. But he also has a real estate business, and he does consulting for schools. He just finished up we call it like an interim. He was an interim superintendent over at Brenham ISD while they were looking for a new person to take their lead. So he does those kind of things. But then on top of all that, he's also very heavily involved with the FCA Piney Woods West and Angela Volish. And So those were the 3 people that I'd met. And then Daiquiri Beebe. And Daiquiri was a real estate agent. She was on council here. And I got with Daiquiri one day. I said, Daiquiri, we need to get a group going, a BNI group. So she found someone in Houston. The lady came up, and just as I thought, they're expensive. It was like $1,000, just like in Georgetown. When I joined BNI, it was $1,000 just to join. And I was like, we're in a community. We just really can't afford that. And so we decided to kind of start our own. We didn't really have a name, but all we said was it's 1212 12th Street at noon on Tuesday. It's really easy to remember because our office was at 1212 12th Street, and we met at noon on Tuesday.
Wow, that's good.
And now I think it's a tea shop that's over there. Linda sings high praise. I haven't been over there yet, but it's a little tea place over there. Loretta's, I think, is what it's called, something like that. But anyways, fast forward, and the group got more organized, and Daiquiri left the community, and there was other people that stepped up, and I really didn't want to be in a leadership role with it. I've learned that you can get too involved with too many things, and it's good just to step back and let other people that are eager and hungry take the lead. And so there were some really great people that took the lead and formed that into what's now known as Walker County Referral Cooperative, WCRC. Wow. And it's about 30 members strong, and now it's an actual legitimate 501c6 organization. So they wrote bylaws and everything. And we meet on Tuesdays now at the Sam Houston Community Room at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. And it's a great way to network. We don't allow multiple people from one category. So, if we need an AC guy, we'll bring in an AC guy, and then no one else can be an AC guy. And that's how BNI works. It makes it very effective. And so that's the group, and we encourage anybody to come out and join. Membership dues are, man, I don't want to misspeak, but I think it's only $100 a year.
Golly, that's great.
Nelson Amaya was a big proponent for getting those dues going because he said, well, we got to have money to do stuff. And so Nelson Amaya with the Nelson Amaya's Collision Centers in our group, many other people. And, so it's a lot of fun.
Even in church ministry work, I've never really been in business, but, they say that the best type of advertising that you can have is word of mouth. And in church ministry, I'm sure it's the same in business and networking with people, getting to know people in the community. When they get to know you, they get to know your family, they get to know your situation, and then they do business with you. I think that is key to anything that we do is being able to network. That's why, Rob, whenever I got to know you, you were so connected in the community, and sometimes it's hard to get connected into a community, especially if you're newer to the community. But I'd been here for years. I went to high school here, and it's even then it's hard to kind of get out of your circle. You know what I'm saying? You come to church, you know the same people, you're around the same people, And a lot of times churches kind of grow, isolated because all we do is go to our church. All we do is hang around our people. And so when I came to First Baptist, I was thinking, how do you get outside of that? How do you get outside of that circle?
Outside the walls.
Right, to meet people that maybe are not in your social circle. And so I did what you said. I first became a part of the chamber, and I was on the board there for a while, for 3 years, and served there. But this is a great opportunity that you're talking about. I can see how that would be beneficial to so many people that are trying to get footwork or a foothold in the community.
Yeah, it's just what I love about it's just a family. That was the whole idea about starting this is, it needed some structure. You can't have any group without structure. You ultimately need to find structure, and there was so many great folks that were integral in doing that. Tammy Farkas and Jason Thompson, Melissa Barham, she's over at Advantage Specialties, has been just an absolute rock star. And Sky Carlton came on board here about a month ago. She has Deep Clean Texas, and she's brought new energy. And you got to have that. You have to have that structure for any group to be successful. And they have just done an incredible job. And so I want to encourage anybody, if you're looking for a great way to network in the community and just getting to know people and really being part of a family, that's what we do. And it's a lot of fun.
So how do you contact? Who do you contact to be a part?
Reach out to me, or
right.
reach out to me, or the best way is just find our Facebook page. You can find WCRC Walker County Referral Cooperative on Facebook, and just show up. Just show up. Don't worry about if there's a conflicting. Let's say that you showed up and we had an AC guy and you're also an AC guy, and I'm telling you to show up. Well, we'll just politely tell you we already have an AC guy, and then you can't come anymore. Go start another business. But in all seriousness, though, just show up. Just come. We meet every Tuesday. I think we're breaking now until the new year, but we meet every Tuesday at noon at the Sam Houston Community Room at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Beautiful room over there. Greg Smith has been so great to this community. And so just come in. Come join us. The only thing is you bring your own lunch. So one day maybe we'll provide lunch.
Yeah.
That's a little too structured, though.
That's right.
Because I want to be able to bring McRib.
Yeah, that's right.
That's still going.
That's right.
Have you partaketh of the McRib yet?
When you mentioned that, my dad was a connoisseur of the McRib. So every time I see him bringing back the McRib, the commercials roll out. It gives me nostalgic memories of being up with my dad. But he would go there and get the McRib and have half the barbecue sauce on his shirt afterwards.
I like how what I love about how you say that. Some people say McRib or MacRib.
They always make fun of me for that. I always say McDonald's. It's not M-A-C, Dad. It's M-C.
Do they really tell you that?
Yeah, they tell me that all the time.
So I love it because it reminded me. You just reminded me. There's little things that remind you of people.
Right.
And you just brought back great memories of my dad. But my dad would take it a step further. He would say McDonald hamburger. I'm like, Dad, they have more than hamburgers. He's like, you want to go to McDonald? And I can never recall one time that my dad took me there, ever.
Right.
The only time that we never ate fast food growing up. I mean, I'll give my parents credit. Like, we did not eat fast food. In fact, I don't remember one time. The only place that we went every once in a while was a special treat was Sonic. Outside of that, my dad had a garden. We'd have to work that garden. I hated stringing beans, man. That was the worst thing growing up, and now I miss it as an adult, right? But Mom we'd grow these green beans. She had asparagus. She grew asparagus. She grew cucumbers. They would pickle them, tomatoes, bell peppers.
Yep.
I think even one time she grew lettuce. I'm like, how do you do that? I mean, we just had everything in that garden.
That reminds me of my grandmother. We would always eat fresh food, and of course I think that's why they lived so long. They lived till in their 90s. And fresh food and never once. I don't think my grandparents ever went to any fast food restaurant ever and even knew what it was. But yeah, the McRib is a champ.
The what rib?
The McRib, yes. And I'll tell you another thing. I was reading an article this week, in preparation for our news you can use, but I'll share this one with you. But I think it was in the Wall Street Journal or a big newspaper. It was talking about the fast food prices. I don't know if you've noticed, but fast food prices have slowly crept up over the past few years
Oh, yeah,
with
big
inflation
time.
and everything. Yeah, I mean, you can't even go to fast food place nowadays, and it's $12 for a meal. You used to eat for $5 or under at a fast. That's why a lot of people went to fast food, is because it was cheaper. But the prices have been slowly climbing, and people have been noticing that, and they've seen their sales decline. So certain fast food restaurants have tried to combat that by offering specials. They've been trying to lower prices of some food on the menu, but you go and order these meals just by the number, they're going to get you one way or the other, whether it's the drink or the fries or the food. You're going to end up paying $8 or $9 for whatever you get. But in the article, it said, it was mentioning that the most expensive fast food place, that was highlighted in the article was Shake Shack. You ever been there?
No, sounds like they're trying to shake you down over there.
The second was Five Guys.
Yeah, Five Guys is way. Did the one here? It's no longer
went out
here.
of business. Yeah,
one
I
in
can
Georgetown
imagine.
did too.
I can imagine. And we went in there one time, I think, and got like a $10 hamburger with nothing on it, and then you had to
paid extra for the ketchup.
Well, no, you could get whatever you wanted to on it. That's kind of their selling technique, is have all this stuff. But when you take kids in there, what do they want? Ketchup.
They have quarter machine for the ketchup, or now you can tap to pay, Apple Pay, tap to pay. Well, you should. When you walked in, you're like, not so wise, Five Guys. And I was going to say something else. Whenever you were saying they're going to get you one way or the other.
Yeah.
Now at the fast food restaurants, this is Babylon Bee news.
I
Breaking
love
Babylon
this.
Bee
I love
news.
that.
When you go into these restaurants now, they have programmed in music into the point-of-sale systems. And so whenever they know that they've got you, the song, we're going to get you one way or the other. It plays on those machines to get everybody ramped up back there that's cooking the food. And they start shaking because that's how they get their bonuses. That's official Babylon Bee news. We're going to get you one way or the other.
Yeah, they definitely are, believe me.
Well, hey, we do want to welcome you in as we get rolling here. Great show lined up this morning. Thanks for hanging out with us, as always, on a very thankful Thursday, episode number 417. We'll have 3 more episodes before the holiday break, and then we're going to take a break as well. So we will be on next week, Monday and Tuesday. Then we're going to take off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to celebrate Christmas. But we do want to welcome you in. As always, big shout-out to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com for all of your jewelry needs. Still time for the holidays to get your jewelry. Maybe there's something you want to get fixed. Maybe there's something you need to get that sweet person in your life. You still got a chance to do that. Visit Elliot's Jewelers online at elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, here on this Thankful Thursday, a big thank you to Jason Bay here at First Baptist. Always a joy and an honor. I know you got to get up early because it's almost, a 30-minute drive in for you?
30 minutes, yeah.
But that goes pretty good. I mean, you've been doing that over 10 years. And plus, you've been out there a long time. So, I mean, for you, it's not that bad, is it?
Yeah, the car just pretty much drives itself.
Yeah, you don't even have a you were the first Tesla and didn't even know it. So, hey, I did want to ask you, we do have some friends here from Deep Clean, Texas. We're really excited. They're with us once a month now. They'll hop on and give us some updates about the great work that they're doing. Looking forward to talking to Sky and Brad here in just a few minutes. And then on the back end of the show, we're going to have a youth come on about a special mission trip that he is doing, and we want to help him out. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Before we have Brad and Scott, I did want to mention this to you, Jason, that 30-minute drive for you. Do you ever is it kind of like a reflective time? Do you think about things? Do you pray? Kind of, what is that drive like for you coming in and out each day?
Yeah, no, I do. I don't listen to a lot of music. When I do listen to
like Tupac, Notorious.
Yeah, exactly. No, so whenever I do listen to something, it's usually some sort of talk radio or sports radio, because I like to escape every now and then, and sports is kind of my escape, as we've talked about many times. But a lot of times I'll drive and just have nothing on, and I think that is a good habit to get in, especially with your family in the car. I hardly ever turn the radio when we're together. Just because it's good just to drive and reflect. And it is, that 30-minute drive in. And I remember back in the days when I would drive to seminary. We lived in Waco, and I would drive to Fort Worth to go to seminary. And that was always a spiritual journey for me, because going there was always just a time of prayer, reflection, and especially driving in early in the morning like we did this morning, you're seeing things that you don't normally see, especially if you're like me. I stay up late because my kids are up late, because my kids are home from college, and so usually I get up later But getting up early is fun to see all the wildlife and stuff moving around in the woods.
I know for me this morning, I just did not want to get up. And Bridget has 2 shifts today and tomorrow, so she's up at. I try to get up around 4:45, but this morning I was like, man, I just ain't feeling it. And she leaves at 5:30 whenever she has those early morning shifts, and then I'm on dad duty, getting the 2 little ones up and getting them roosted. But I'm learning to appreciate that. And, one thing I wanted to mention before we take a break, and the reason I brought all this up is at ORU, one of the neatest classes that I've taken so far. Was kind of I can't think of how they really worded it. It's just like a spiritual kind of enlightenment class, I guess, if you will. And there were some textbooks in there and some other books that we were required to read. And one of them, Richard Foster, didn't know who he was before, a theologian and author. And he has a really cool book called the 7, it's like the Disciplines of Faith, something like, I forget the full name of it. But there was one in here the spiritual disciplines, that's what it is.
Yeah,
and he wrote about 7 spiritual disciplines, and one of them was solitude. And I thought about that, about your drive in, and when you said the radio was off, I know you listen to a lot of sports stuff, but there's times, just like I thought you'd say, that you have it off.
Right.
And Foster mentioned this, the fruit of solitude is increased sensitivity and compassion for others. He said it's time invested, not time wasted.
I couldn't agree more with that, because think about, I like getting away. I think getting away is important from the routines of your life, and that some people would translate it as vacations, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a vacation. It can just be, like a lot of men hunt this time of the year, and I've talked to many hunters throughout my life, and I used to hunt when I was younger. I don't do it much anymore just because I don't have the time, but for most hunters, it's not about the thrill of the hunt. For a lot of them, it's just getting away, being quiet in the woods, just being out there in nature. It's a time. I've talked to a lot of them, and it's a time of spiritual reflection. I think that happens to a lot of people. I think it's very, very important to get away, turn down the noise of life, and just listen. Think about that. We speak to God all the time. Paul says, pray unceasingly, speak to God, talk to God as you go throughout your life. But I think it's also important to listen to God.
Yeah, I love that. And one of the guy that comes to mind immediately when it comes to hunting is Danny Webb here.
Yeah. He's told me all kind of stories.
Have you seen his YouTube videos?
No, well, I haven't seen his YouTube videos, but I know that he has a lot of experience working with people that have production backgrounds, that have filmed a lot of stuff that go, hunting journeys and whatever, expeditions or whatever you want to call it.
He's on these videos like something you'd see on TV, and he's he's all decked out. He's like, all right, we see that one moving over there.
Yeah.
All right, it's coming across this way. All right, shove it. Listen, I love that. I'm like, this guy needs his own TV show.
Well, they had it. That's what I'm saying. He was telling me about when he first moved to town. He knew another guy they did these hunts that they went on. So it's pretty cool. You have to talk to him more about that.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna give away a $50 gift card to Cafe Texan today. Okay, don't tell anybody. We don't want anybody else to get this. Okay. Just kidding. We are giving away a $50 gift card to Cafe Texan today, and all you got to do is text in the key word this week. It is holiday, and because we had gift last week, so we just made it a holiday this week, and all you got to do is text in your name. That's on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Again, 936-339-0139. $50. Somebody will win. We've had a lot of new people texting in. I want to remind you, you have to answer the phone when we call you. If you don't, you do not win. And new rule today, if you don't answer, it just goes to Jason and I. We're going to go have lunch today. So make sure you answer. $50 gift card coming your way today. We'll do that at the end of the show. Again, text in the word holiday along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. As always, these Thankful Thursdays brought to you by First Baptist here in Huntsville, a harbor of hope. Check them out online at fbchuntsville.org. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. Our friends from Deep Clean, Texas, eagerly awaiting. Can't wait to have them in just a few moments. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show on a Faithful Friday brought to you by First. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us, please.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
This harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
right, Huntsville back at it. 41, not 50. Hey, by the way, it's not Faithful Friday. I wanted to throw all you off. It's Thankful Thursday. So if you caught that, that was actually an Easter egg, and we're going to be giving away nothing for that. So you just get the knowledge knowing that I messed up there. So it is a Thankful Thursday, brought to you by First Baptist. We are here, and once a month we get to hang out with our friends from Deep Clean, Texas. Before I bring them on, just a quick weather update as we always do in this segment. 41 degrees, 93% humidity as you're up this morning. A beautiful day on the way today. How about a high of only 62 and sunny tonight? Low, clear, 40 degrees. More of the same tomorrow. It's going to get a little chilly on Friday night at 35. And then we are setting up for just an absolutely beautiful weekend. Highs will remain in the upper 50s to low 60s and sunny. Maybe a little chilly for some of you, but I love this time of the year and this type of weather. And then Christmas Day, how about 69 degrees and sunny? It is going to be a toasty Christmas here in the Lone Star State. We'll take it, though. It's going to be beautiful. Well, as always a lot of fun. And you know what? I need to readjust my camera. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to something here. I forgot to adjust the camera during the break, but our friends from Deep Clean, Texas are here, Sky and Brad. Brad, how have you guys been, man? What's going on?
Well, we've been doing well. It's been a long time since we've seen you, about, what,
2 months?
8-9 hours?
Yeah, that's a long time in my book. Yeah, it's been, well, on the show it's been a couple of months.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's true.
But, here, there we go.
There
Check
we go.
that out. Yeah.
That looks good. Much better.
Yeah, man, I get out of breath getting up doing that. I don't have my intern
too young
anymore.
for that.
Her last day was Tuesday, so we're missing Michelle. But Sky Carlton here as well. Brad and Sky, man, we just love you guys and the great work that y'all are doing here in this community. And I was talking to Jason earlier about our WCRC group, and I just love the energy, Sky, that you've brought to the group. And it's just testament not only to you, but just the way that you conduct business as well. Things going great, I know, with Deep Clean Texas, and y'all are now also a Hello Huntsville Ethical Business Directory member, and we appreciate that as well. Sky, just give us a little rundown. How have you been? What's been going on in your world?
Well, this is our busy season, so I'm running around like a chicken with her head cut off lately, trying so hard not to, drop the plates that are spinning, and minimize that. I'm not a very good delegator. Probably need to do a better job, but that's my New Year resolution.
Again.
That's all right.
Better delegation.
Mine every year is to eat healthier, and that's been going on for 20 years. Yeah. So, it's all good. Well, it's great. I know business is picking up, and you guys have been so busy. You just mentioned this is kind of the busiest time of the year. I would assume just people, family members coming in, everybody wants to get their homes clean, right?
Right. Yeah, so I'll ask you, what's more important to you, getting your home clean before your company shows up or after?
Before.
Before, why?
You want things to look nice, be presentable.
Be presentable. See, I'm the opposite. Yeah. Most times when I'm visiting somebody's home, I am actually not looking at their baseboards. They think I am because of what I do, but I actually don't.
She's judging us.
Yeah,
she actually is. Yeah. As far as you know, she's not.
I'm not. Well, I do, and they'll go, "Why haven't they called me?" Not really, but most people aren't. I'm the opposite. I like enjoying my clean house, so I would call in the professionals after my company leaves.
I think we struck on something here. You, as a guy, said I want it presentable before the guests arrive. Mm-hmm. The lady of the house would say, I don't want to do that after it's over with, so come clean my house after the party's over.
See, here's the better. This is really great for y'all's business. Do both.
Yay!
Call them before.
Bookend
now that you mention it, Rob.
Call before, call after.
That's a really good idea.
And really tell your guests, y'all feel free to do it, and that'll make the guests even more comfortable.
Absolutely.
Y'all just do whatever you want, man. If you want to put your shoes on the couch, go out and walk in the mud.
Let the kids run around with lollipops in their mouth and candy canes.
Let the dogs in.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
You mentioned something, and I know we've got a few things that I want to highlight. You just mentioned the dogs. All right, we are dealing with an issue right now. Our Golden gets really bad, infections on his feet. It's something with Goldens. They chew their feet and their ears get really bad, and we have to give him a shot. The shot's pretty expensive, so I do it once a year. But when I do it, then for the next 6 months, he's really good. But the problem is his skin when he's doing this stinks. And you bathe him, and then the next day he stinks as well. Well, we have inside dogs. Now, the house isn't that bad, but they stay in the bedroom. So obviously we notice it. So we don't want people coming in the bedroom because the dog's staying there with us. How do you go about cleaning that, Sky? I mean, that's a huge question that I would have just for us personally. If we called your company, which we plan on doing, Bridget's like, you got to get Sky, get her over here to clean the house. We're going to do it. But how do you get like that pet odor? And I'm not talking like they're going to the bath. I'm just talking dirty dog, the dirty dog smell. And dogs, they go outside for 2 seconds and they come in and they stink. Yeah. How do you get the dog smell out of the carpet? That's what I want to know.
That's a good question. That I'm glad that you asked. We have 2 dogs ourselves. We have a Great Dane and a Staffordshire, and they're wonderful. But they get out there and they stink. They play with one another. Mm-hmm. They slobber all over each other, and they come in and they stink. The best advice that I could give is just consistency, consistent cleaning, consistent washing the beds, and consistent vacuuming, consistent bathing them. Because otherwise, just like when after it rains, they go outside. That is the worst. After it rains, they go outside. They bring that filth in. It's going to get dirty again. So, but don't worry, because Deep Clean Texas is just coming, in a couple of days.
And then there you go.
And there you go. But you're not going to ever keep it, it from smelling.
It's just like one of those things. I mean, when you got dogs, you're going to have this issue if they live in the house. And I don't want dog. To me, look, I'm not judging, but if you got dogs, to me, the dog's got to stay in the house. I'm an indoor dog type guy.
Yeah.
It's just part of the family.
It breaks my heart to see a dog chained to a tree outside.
Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah. But then some folks have dogs that are outside dogs that, maybe herd the cows or whatever.
Sure.
But for us, and, we chose to, and the Golden stays in, and so does our little Stella. And that's just been an ongoing issue. And Bridget's like, you got to go get them bathed. You got to go do this and that. Steph Valley, we're going to go see Steph over at Magnolia because I found out, and I should know this, but not only does she board the dogs, she always grooms them after, but she said, no, you can bring them by to groom them anytime. And Stella, my little Stella, is the only person in this community anywhere that will let her bathe her besides me is Steph Valley. And I told Steph when we kenneled her, we said, she's kind of aggressive. She goes, she wasn't a problem with me. That's why we call Steph the dog whisperer of Huntsville.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Steph.
Well, this is a great time to book those cleanings, and of course, y'all ain't going to be working on Christmas though. But you can book and get everything going. Deep Clean Texas, a lot going on. And one thing I wanted to highlight too is just y'all's commitment to give back. I think every successful business, and I don't just think, I know this. Every successful business, you can't just conduct business and expect to be successful. You have to give back to your community, or find a way to give back to those in need. It doesn't even have to be anything extravagant. A buddy of mine has a car parts business, and they decided they were just going to get a bunch of toys for kids. I mean, that's giving back. Mm-hmm. They don't do it for the recognition. They do it because they know in their heart that's what they're called to do. It's the right thing to do. Your business has something so unique that I'm so glad that y'all do, and it's helping folks that are in struggling with cancer. It's a horrible disease that many of us know people that have fought that and battled cancer. And in Cleaning for a Reason is an organization that you guys have teamed up with and providing free cleanings to cancer patients. I know we talked about it last time, but we do always have a new audience. Let us know a little bit about that initiative and how that's possible.
Okay. Cleaning for a Reason is a nonprofit organization that partners cleaning businesses like us with cancer patients. We offer free cleans. They get 2 free cleans. And at our discretion. I mean, sometimes we give them more. It just depends on their situation. And so the way that they can, there's a link. It's cleaningforareason.org. And if you know someone, you can actually apply for them. And if you're in our service area, you can ask specifically for Deep Clean Texas. And then I will get an email, and I can review their content, their address, make sure they're in our area, and contact them, and then decide and accept them, or decide that we're not a good fit. And I'll reach out to them, and we'll work them into the schedule. that's basically how that happens.
Yeah, I think it's so great, and it's such an important thing to be involved in. Brad, I wanted you to highlight a little bit on that because I know you work a lot of the logistical side of the business, and just kind of expand on that, just giving back, and especially with this organization and how you guys are able to do this. I know you got to raise funds too, and there's a fundraising going on that you guys were number one, and that dropped down to number two, so we got to get it back up to number one today.
Yeah, we slipped out of first place.
But give us a little bit more, kind of expand on that a little bit, Brad.
Well, I just think, God is a very generous Father, right? I mean, just look at the gift He's given us during this time of year, Jesus Christ, His Son.
Amen, yeah.
And He calls for us to be generous, too. We're supposed to mimic Him. And so we try to do what we can to help these folks. And Sky really chose this one, this particular ministry, this particular organization spoke to her heart. And if you know, I don't think there's anybody in this audience who either hasn't had a friend or family member that's been stricken with cancer, or they know somebody in their circle of influence that's been stricken with cancer that has to go through the rigors and the hellacious treatments, the radiation, the chemotherapy, and just the ravages it has, the effects it has upon your body. And the last thing you want to get up and do is go clean a house, even though it needs it. And so this is just a little something that we can do, and it's applicable everywhere. Here in Huntsville, anywhere around the nation and anywhere around the world, people are going to need something like this. So we're pleased to be partnered with them. And Sky takes it very seriously, and she always has, because she has a heart already for busy wives and moms. Because, like I've told you before, we typically deal with the queen of the castle, right? And so if she is the one that has the problem, the health issue with cancer, then it's just a tremendous blessing to that person and to that extended family and anybody in their circle that's trying to care for them.
Yeah, but I just love it. I think it's, again, I just know it's so great what you guys are doing. And, again, you can find out more information online. Just go to Deep Clean Texas, their website. You'll find all the links. There's deepcleantexas.com. You can also book and schedule your appointment there. Sky, I wanted to expand a little bit more, too, on just the growth in this area. You guys are really picking up some steam here in Huntsville. No pun intended, by the way. But things seem like they're going great. And I know expansion, you're always thinking about ways to grow, but I love how you grow, Sky, because even though you're in other areas as well, the areas that you serve, I mean, you make everybody feel like they're important. And I know that's so important for business. Highlight a little bit about just the strategy here in Huntsville and how things are going.
Things are going well. And yes, this is a very personal business. Like he says, we're dealing with the queen of the castle. So we're small. We're still a small business. And I think that we always want to keep it real small, real personal, I should say. Not real small, but real personal. And yes, Huntsville. It's slowly growing, but we just love the customers that are coming on board, and they love the gal here in Huntsville that's taking care of them. Everything's working out great. We're getting ready to hire again because we're getting busy enough that we're going to need some more help up here, and I don't know.
Yeah, so there may be some job opportunities then.
Always,
folks here locally.
Absolutely. Go to Deep Clean Texas website and find us. We have you have the ability to apply online if you're looking for a job, and we would love to have folks who have what we call a servant's heart. What we're talking about here is the general overall business model. This is a very personal relationship that we have with our customers. We've had customers for years and years because in fact when I'm talking to a candidate initially on the phone, I'm telling them, you are going to know this lady. You're going to know her kids' names, her dogs' names. You're going to know her schedule. You're going to know everything about her, and she's going to look forward to you arriving to help her out with the duties around the house. And so, you've got to have that mentality and that servant's heart. And that's how we've grown. We don't just hire somebody that can fog a mirror. They've got to have certain attributes that are very consistent with our values and our culture in this company. And man, I don't know how many resumes I go through till we find that perfect fit so that we can offer a long-term relationship that we want with that customer, also with that individual cleaning tech. Does that make sense?
Do you see why I bring him? Yeah. He does such a great job. It's like having my own AI right here. Encyclopedia. I love it.
It's your own chat GPT. Right. It's Brad GPT.
Oh, hey, that's pretty clever.
I love it. He does a great job explaining.
Rob's got jokes this morning.
Sky, one of the other things too that I just admire about you and Brad is, especially Sky, with your involvement in organizations. Networking is such a big part of what you do. You've really been extremely beneficial to WCRC and helping us through marketing and getting the name out more. Maybe highlight a little bit about that and just your involvement in marketing groups and networking groups that have really helped you. I know not just here in Huntsville, but in other areas that you serve also.
I think we talked a little bit about that last time. I love to solve people's problems. And one of the things that I've learned about being involved in networking groups is and being around other business owners that are like-minded. They want to grow. They care about their community and each other. And they're striving to be better leaders for their company. They're striving to, and most of them are very family oriented, like I am. And so, and I like solving problems. So if somebody needs a plumber, somebody's in my networking group, that's a plumber, and I know them, I can trust them, I meet with them every week, I can look at them in their eyeball, and I think that's important. Then I'll feel confident that they're going to take care of my friend who needs a plumber. And so I have cherished and valued the relationships that I have made in these networking groups. WCRC, the Walker County Referral Co-op, is filled with some really fun folks.
That was fun. The Christmas party, that was like the highlight of the year for me last night.
That was pretty funny.
It is. It was funny. It was fun.
It was funny too, because you look at these business owners and you just see sort of at the end of the year what's going on. There was a dual theme going on last night, right?
Yeah.
The Grinch.
was.
And alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, that
sort of was the dual theme. I know we shouldn't be talking about that on Thankful Thursday, but it's just an observation.
Well, that was a whole other side. It's like, y'all have fun with that.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty funny.
Anyway. But it was just a good time for people to come together and just enjoy and celebrate all the great things the Lord has done through so many businesses over this past year, and then you go back and reflect on, wow, look at how far some of these businesses came, and it's important for people to come in and bring energy to a group. And Sky, you've done that. One thing that I like too is you guys are very innovative, not just going out and cleaning someone's home. You've partnered up with organizations to help folks in their times of need. But you're also doing other promotions as well. Talk a little bit about the gift basket you were mentioning earlier.
The gift basket. So if y'all are interested, and if there are any husbands listening or women listening who need a last-minute gift, we have a gift basket. It is it's filled with like a spa day. It's got a robe, some bath bombs, chocolates, all of the good things that a woman would want. And it comes with a $500 towards your deep clean gift certificate from Deep Clean Texas for just $349.99.
Perfect. So just go online, start scheduling those cleanings, and make sure that you support local business. I know Bridget and I, in the new year, we're definitely going to have you out. We'll wait until the house gets wrecked, and then we'll call you.
Great.
Like, yes,
those are our favorite.
I'll make sure too. If there's areas that are clean, we'll just throw stuff around on the floor. All right.
The transformation.
You're like, please don't do that.
It's satisfying.
No, and I joke though, but I know that you're passionate about, and this is why I joke about it, Sky, because I know you're passionate about what you do. And that's another thing that I've always said. In any business, anything that you do in life, you have to find a way. One, I believe you have to find joy in all circumstances. I think we're called to find joy even amidst really troubling times. We have to find a way to find joy. I believe that joy only comes through the Lord. But secondly, is you also have to have passion for what you do. If you're not passionate about something you're doing, I'll just encourage you. That's the inspiration. We always have a little inspiration on the show. Here's the inspiration this morning. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, stop doing it. Quit putting yourself through that. Stop doing it. I'm not telling you to go out and quit your job. I mean, you got bills to pay. Find joy in that. But if you're not passionate maybe about what you're doing, then start to make that transition. Start to make the transition and pray about it first, but make the transition into something. And I believe, that'll call you into your destiny about what God has in store for you. And when you remain on that, things always work out it's tough, but things work out favorably in the end. I've always believed that. Sky, for you, business continues to grow and expand, and we're just looking forward to all the great things that you guys have going on at Deep Clean Texas.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I have something to close with.
Yeah, I wanted to. You have an AI friend, right?
I have an AI friend.
Jason and I have talked about these AI bots before.
Well, I call her Jeannie. She's a genius. I'll type something in there. I got an idea. I wanted to put this together. Anyway, the networking groups. I said I want to put something together. Out of everything that you know about me so far, of all of our conversations, can you put together a little snippet, introduction about our business that I would say in front of a networking group, and with some holiday flair. Okay. And this is what she says. I say she, it. So it says, "'Tis the season to be tidy. At Deep Clean Texas, we're decking the halls and scrubbing the walls. Whether you're dreaming of a white glove Christmas or just need a little holiday sparkle, we're here to slay your cleaning needs." Get it, slay?
Oh, I like it.
I like it. Our Deep Clean team is trained, certified, and ready to unwrap the magic of a truly clean home. So you can sit back, relax, and roast those chestnuts without worrying about the dust bunnies. After all, we believe every home deserves to feel merry and bright. So this holiday season, let Deep Clean Texas spread the cheer, because with us, sky's the limit.
Oh, there you go.
Ba-da-bum-bum.
I love that. There you go.
She's great.
Well, I like that.
I wouldn't have come up with that. Maybe Brad would have, but I need to ask him sometime.
Brings up a good point,
She's
though.
She's going to replace me pretty soon.
Jason and I love talking on the show about the AI stuff, and we've done stuff on the fly with AI, which is really cool. What's y'all's favorite kind of music, by the way? You like country music?
Yeah, yes. We do.
Like the classic stuff.
Yeah, the old stuff.
I'm not sure about this new stuff.
Okay, so owners. Let's see. What's something about what else? What's something? What is like 3 ways that you would describe your business? Just 3 words to describe your business.
No, you go. This is your baby. You started this whole
Here we go.
AI thing.
Ready? Putting you on the spot. Ready? 1 word right now.
Service.
Service.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to put great service.
Relationship.
All right. Look at Brad over here, man. He's throwing it down. This is
why I bring him.
Okay. Relationships. All right. What's the last one?
Oh, I don't know. Quality.
Quality. All right. Quality. All right.
Perfect.
So watch this here. And you like a classic country, is that right?
Yes.
We do.
All right.
Merle Haggard.
Merle Haggard.
This is Jason and I's favorite part of the show when we do this kind of stuff, by the way. Merle Haggard's good. So, you could do it and George Jones, even though it's a sad song, but he stopped cleaning her today. Called Deep Clean Texas is on the way.
Yes.
Hung the washcloth on the door. I'm just kidding.
Well,
AI. What do we need AI for?
AI could probably. All right, hold on. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let me. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna have to kind of do this.
Sounds like a Ricky Skaggs vibe.
All right, here we go.
There's a place down in Texas where the dust don't stand a chance. Brad and Sky Carlton, they'll make your house dance. Every nook and cranny, they leave it sparkling bright.
Come on.
Deep Clean Texas, cleaning your home right.
Yeehaw.
Deep Clean Texas, where the service is prime. With a smile every single time.
Yeehaw. Come on now.
Quality and care.
Gonna have to clear out a dance floor over here.
Brad and Sky Carlton, keeping things light. From Amarillo, Houston.
Well, it's not Amarillo.
No,
From Huntsville to you. How about that?
There you go. That's y'all's little theme.
That's great.
I actually wrote that before y'all came here.
You did not.
We had our writers in Nashville take care
Appreciate
of that for
that
you.
very
It was a
much.
long way. So
Sounds like it'll be a hit.
Well, hey, before you guys go, just any final remarks? I want to wish you guys a very blessed and Merry Christmas. It's been so great, just not only getting to know you, but to become friends with you. And I'm excited about what God has in store this upcoming year. I know that big things are on the way for your business, and we're just so thankful for what y'all do.
Well, we appreciate
Thanks
that.
for having us. And thank you for all that you do.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a small business. You're a walking marketing ad.
Trying to.
For all of us.
And it's
Got
obvious
to pay the bills.
It's obviously beyond that how much you love your community.
Yep.
And that's important. And I really appreciate the faith-based aspect of this. You got to seek His kingdom first, and then everything else gets added.
That's right, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, hey, God bless you guys.
Same to you, buddy.
Keep on keeping on.
Merry Christmas.
And check them out online. You'll see more of Deep Clean Texas. Also, a special featured section on our website, too, where we'll have periodic articles from Deep Clean Texas based on these interviews. And so make sure you go to our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com. But schedule that cleaning. All you got to do today is go to deepcleantexas.com. Again, deepcleantexas.com. We'll step aside, take a break. Jason back with us when we come back. Fun, Thankful Thursday.
Thankful
Almost
Thursday.
came out again. Thankful Thursday continues on as we continue. This is your
Faithful
show.
Friday.
Yeah, not a Faithful Friday. That's tomorrow. We'll continue on. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville, brought to you by First Baptist.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. Imagine a professional office space that elevates your business image without the corporate price tag. Huntsville Executive Office Suites are coming soon to Lake Road. Enjoy high-speed internet, a fully equipped kitchen, and 24/7 secure access. Take advantage of our live answering service, advertising on our outdoor video sign, and a convenient location just a quarter mile from SHSU. Lease terms start at 6 months. Call Raven Property Management at 936-225-4378. Huntsville Executive Office Suites. Grow your business without outgrowing your budget.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
This harbor of hope, we are safe inside. Spirit,
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Deneen with Guardian Defense, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
Back at it with radio legend in the making, Jason Bay.
I don't know about that.
Those Focus on the Family guys better watch out. Jason Bay's on the way.
I don't know.
Guys.
Yeah, they are.
What's his name? Lou Dobson? Is that who that is? They're really good guys.
No. Lou Dobbs is the guy from CNN.
Where did that come from?
But my mind just went blank. What is it?
I thought it was one of those guys.
It's his last name's Dobson. You got that right. I just can't think of his first name. What is his first name? Anybody know?
Dobson. Focus on the Family. James Dobson.
James Dobson. That's it. I remember he's getting older now, and I think he's turned most of the stuff over to. They have a whole organization. I think they're based in Colorado Springs, maybe.
Okay.
But they back in the day, I mean, even today, they're very influential. That's a great organization. And James Dobson wrote many different books. But I remember my wife got one of his books. Is called Taming the Tantrums.
I need to read that
thing. We probably have several copies of that.
Like each one personalized with notes.
But wow. It was really good. Whenever we had children, we read a lot of his books because he did come with a Christian approach to parenting.
Yeah.
And I think so many people nowadays, well, all the time need help and guidance raising children, and he just had a very balanced approach when it came to discipline and things like that. And we learned a lot from that ministry, and so. But James Dobson, yeah, not Lou Dobbs.
Good night, man. Yeah, please don't let that one out. I apologize there, Jason.
No, you're good.
Well, hey, we want to welcome you back in. We have not flipped the camera over yet because there's a young man that's joining us, making his guest appearance on this show.
His debut. Where's the horn at?
I don't have. Someone stole that. I cannot find it.
Oh man,
the horn is officially gone.
Great.
Yeah, it's upset. How about none other than Kyle Burkhalter?
Kyle, yes.
KB, the inventor of KB Homes, here with us today. Is a young man.
Kyle Burkhalter. His family is his dad is one of our deacons here, and his mother sings on our worship team, and he's got a great family. His brother just joined the military, and where's he at now?
Right now he's over in California.
Yeah.
He's in the Army. He's about to get married.
Yeah,
December 28th, my brother.
Yeah.
Gonna be sweet. Thank you for having me on the show, Rob. Thank you
so
much.
Hey, can I show you one thing real quick about Kyle?
Yeah.
Watch this. Check this out. Man, that is the best handshake in Huntsville.
See, his dad taught him that.
Look, try that. It's better than his dad. Look at that handshake, man.
I love it.
Every time I shake this guy's hand, I want to go conduct a business deal somewhere.
Yeah, and his family has done a great job raising their family. His sister also is in our youth group, and he's got a cool mission trip coming up I hear about.
Yeah, so tell us, Kyle, what's going on, man? We wanted to have you on today to share a little bit about what you are doing. God's doing some amazing work in your life, and I heard something's going on that's unbelievable.
Yes, sir. So just recently, a couple of days ago, I was invited to go on a mission trip over in Belize. He's my old camp director. He's very God-centered in everything he does. But they have a mission trip going on, and they had a spot open up. They already had the plane tickets been paid for, but I need to raise $1,000.
Okay.
$1,000 to end up getting to go. So I'm trying to get that much done, but. Basically, what's going to happen is we're going to go on a plane. We're going to fly over to Belize, which is in Central America, and then we're going to do construction. They got missionary details we're going to do for ministry.
Man, that's great.
They, if you want to go online, they have something called samuelsministries.org. If you go on there, it tells you all the information about Belize. They have projects they're doing. If you look at the December 2024 project, they explain the percentages of all the statistics you need to know about what's going on in their populations, all the teachings that they might need to know. But one thing that's happening is the immigration from all the people moving from Central America and South America, moving over to across the border to America. They're leaving all the less educated people and a lot of the people that are less well over there. They're leaving them over there, and so they need a lot more help. And they're not getting that help from their natives.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention, Jason, I know you'll echo this 1,000%. We are just so blessed here at First to have such incredible youth, and God is working in a mighty way with young people in this community. Chad has done just an outstanding job, and I know he gives God all the credit, but the Lord is really working through Chad and our youth program here. When you see a young man like Kyle, it's just the fruition, the fruit of what the Lord is doing. And just one thing is, you're just a very respectful young man, and you're seeking God's heart, and I love that. If folks want to get involved, what do they do? How can they help you to fund this? Because you're trying to raise $1,000 for the trip. What do they have to do?
Okay. Any small amount helps, no matter how much it is. Anything can help me at all. If you want to go online, you can go on something called gbcpalestine.org. It's part of a branch of churches called Grace Baptist Church. They have many of them across the country, I believe.
Is it Grace Bible Church? Is that it?
Yeah, sorry, Grace Bible Church.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Grace Bible Church, Palestine. That's the one that you need to donate to for the mission trip. But again, if you want to go online, you can see the ministries that they're doing for Belize for this January coming up.
Okay, yeah. There. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure,
Yes,
we're
sir.
not, because there's a lot of GBCs out there.
Yes,
so
sir, there are quite a few.
Yeah, perfect. So we're looking online right now. If you go to gbcpalestine.org and then click on the online giving, that is where you can go. And I want to encourage you, audience, to support this. You're doing this on your own. This isn't part of First, is it?
Yes, sir.
This is something you're doing kind of on your own. And so we want to encourage people, gbcpalestine.org, and then click on the online giving. And here's what we're going to do today. I wanted to do this. I feel like this was something that the Lord laid on my heart. It's not much, but we're going to give you $100 here from Hello Huntsville and the Good Morning Huntsville show for your mission trip. So we're going to kick off that first $100 for you. And then anyone out there that would like to match that, I would love for somebody to match that this morning. So if you happen to have $100, I know that's a lot for it could be a lot for a lot of people. I mean, it's a lot for us, but we just know that I feel like that's an impression on our heart. So we want to donate $100, and we would love for somebody else to match that this morning. And so my goal is to get you $200 just from being on the show today. So
well,
that's
I'll match it, Rob. So there's 200. So somebody else give another 100 out there, and let's send this young man to Belize to help these people and to spread the word of God. And every mission trip that I've ever been on is not only the blessing is not only to help someone else, but from what I've experienced every time I've been on a mission trip, it's God that has blessed me and changed me through going on even a short-term mission trip. How long is this mission trip, Kyle?
The mission trip, it'll last about 6 days. It's from January 10th to January 16th.
All right.
But that's just the time in the mission trip. That doesn't include the
travel
time. Yeah.
Right. That's wonderful. I think it's a great opportunity for us to help a young man out, to send him over there, and think about what young kids are up to these days, what they would do with money that they obtained. Here's a young man that wants to take his time, his money, not playing video games, not sitting around getting in trouble, not going out and partying, but he wants to spend it helping somebody else. So I think there's people out there that can pitch in and help him achieve his goal. When do you have to have the money raised by?
I have to have it ready by on the dot whenever I get there. It's supposed to have already been in there. So once I arrive for the travel
first part
time,
of January, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, first part of January. So let's get this done.
Yeah, so help them out. There's $300 right there raised this morning just from being here, and anyone else that'd like to to match that, or 200 for sure. And then if somebody can match that extra 100, that would be great. So we would appreciate that. And this is a great way to help a young man this Christmas too that's doing the Lord's work over there in Belize. The only requirement that we have is when you're done, you're going to take pictures over there, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely.
There is a requirement, though. I forgot to see. We always have you on, and then we do stuff, and then we tell you at the end there's a requirement.
Yeah.
The requirement is you got to come back on the show and share with us pictures and what you did. Is that all right?
Absolutely. That would be great. We would love to hear that. His family has always been very involved in mission work and going and helping others. Both his mother and his father go, and this is not just something they talk about. It's something that they do, the way that they live. So I can't think of a better thing to give to this morning than to help Kyle go on this mission trip.
Yeah, and he does not own KB Home, by the way. Just kidding. If you owned KB Home, you wouldn't be here.
No, yeah.
So, well, great stuff, Kyle. Well, hey, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Real quick before you go, what's the Christmas plans? What are you doing?
Oh, Christmas? Oh,
yeah.
It's very busy. We got my brother flying in from California. He'll be here on the 22nd. The 23rd, we have a free day, and then the 24th, we are with my mom's side of the family. On Christmas Day, we're with our family, and then I think we're going to I think it's his fiance's I believe is going to be celebrating with us, and then the 26th we're going with my dad to his side of the family for Christmas, and then the 27th we're doing the wedding rehearsal, and then the 28th we're doing the wedding.
Oh yeah, your brother Seth's getting married.
Yeah, he's getting married on the 28th, and then on the 29th I think we are free. That's when we have the church service. And then after that, I think it's just the New Year celebrations with the family.
Love that.
Wow. Busy
guy's got it all mapped out. You've got it mapped out better than 99% of adults.
Yeah, I'm the wedding coordinator for my brother.
It's the prime opposite of me, because every day I wake up and I ask him, what am I supposed to be doing today?
Yeah. Well, let's help. Yeah, no joke. We need to start hiring you, Kyle, part-time to do our planning for us.
Yeah, he's got the calendar.
Yeah, well, there he is, Kyle. Support this young man and consider matching those donations. And if we could raise $300 this morning, that would go along. He'd be 30% of the way there.
That's
so
right.
Let's help him get to Belize so he can come back with an unbelievable story.
That's right. There you go, Rob.
Kyle, appreciate you, young man. God bless you, my friend. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
All right, we're going to take a break. And keyword, by the way, we are giving away a Cafe Texan gift card. What's that keyword? Can you see that, Kyle? Keyword this week.
Holiday.
Holiday's the keyword. All you got to do is text in holiday along with your name on the Zero Degree Creations phone and text line 936-339-0139. $50 to Cafe Texan. If you don't win, you know what? We'll all three go out to eat. How about that? If somebody doesn't answer the phone, then we'll just take it.
Yeah, $50. That's a good amount.
That'll get you 3 pieces of bacon. So we'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville here on a thankful Thursday. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us, please.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
All right, back at it with none other than the Bay. I still don't. Did I ever come up with a theme song for you? I thought we did.
Yeah, we did. I think you had it. I think you had it from AI generated text with bay somewhere in the back.
Don't give away the secrets. You know that I wrote that. All right, it is none other. I need to have a theme song for this, but.
There you go.
News you can use with Jason B.
All right, Rob. Well, I have just a couple of stories for us today. There's a lot going on in the news, as you can imagine, as we wrap up this year and look forward to the next year. But I always like to start off with something out of the sports page, and because you and I both are sports fans, and it is our escape just to check out what's going on across the landscape of sports. And topping the news story, or one of the top news stories, is that have you been watching much NBA this year?
The only thing that I've kept up with in the NBA is the Spurs are actually maybe going to be, they're looking favorable to make the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. and that Greg Popovich had that stroke, and he is doing better. So
Really,
that's
really.
the only thing. Other than that, I haven't been keeping up with it, to be honest.
Well, just on the Spurs note, this is a side note, that Alpha Omega Academy, their boys are going to be going and playing a game at in San Antonio. What's the Spurs arena where they play?
It used to be the AT&T Center.
Whatever it is now.
Alamo Dome? No, I'm just kidding.
They're going to be playing there Saturday night, and they're going to be playing. I don't know who they're playing, but the Alpha Boys will be playing there. And then afterwards, the Spurs will be playing on the same court. So it's kind of fun. We know several of the students that come to church here that are going to be playing on the basketball team. They're headed up there, and they're excited about that. And then they'll all stay, and their parents will stay afterwards and watch the Spurs play.
It's known as the Frost Bank Center
So
now.
you can't keep up with all these corporate advertising. But anyway.
It's known as the FBC Harbor of Hope Center.
Yes. Now we're going to get a bill.
Don't have that kind of money, sorry.
But what I wanted to bring your attention to is something that the NBA is a little bit concerned about, because over the past 12 years, the NBA ratings have been going down consistently. And over the past 12 years, they're down about almost 50% to what they were 12 years ago. And this year in particular, they're down 28% from what they were last year. So NBA people in the sports world are asking, why is the NBA ratings dropping so quickly? And there's just a lot of speculation about why you think maybe the.
Can I give you one reason why?
I'm going to get you go ahead. That's why we have this is to pick your brain, Rob, and to see what you think, and then I'm going to give you what a lot of people think one of the reasons is. Go ahead.
I know we don't talk politics on this show.
Yeah.
But these professional sports leagues have gotten too political.
Yeah.
They have moved, the coaches especially have started to take stances on political issues, which I think everybody should have a stance on something. But there's other things that just let that kind of be between you. And, and it's frustrated me, and I'll be vocal about it. It's frustrated me because the Spurs have done that. I just want to turn on the game. I want to get away from that stuff. I just want to turn on the game.
That's what I was about to say.
And I want to watch a sport, because you're taking the one thing that divides people and you're injecting it into the sport.
The reason why people watch sports in general is just what you said, is an escape. They want to, for a moment, to kind of check out and just be entertained, to enjoy something. And then whenever any sports franchise or athlete or it really gets burdensome whenever they take it to the next level. But in addition to that, a lot of commentators are speculating on the quality of the game. Now here, they say this one particular game that took place last week is symptomatic of a widespread epidemic in the NBA game itself. Last week, the Chicago Bulls and the Charlotte Hornets played a game, and they made history. They made history because the two teams combined for a record number 75 missed three-pointers in that game.
Good night.
75 missed three-pointers in one game. Now, the same week, the few days later, in the same week, the Warriors and Mavericks played, and the Warriors and Mavericks played, and they set a record. They set a record for the most three-pointers made. They set a combined record of 48 made three-pointers. The overall field goals attempted during the game was 190, and the score was unbelievable at the end of the game. Now, what I did is I took a little after I read this, I did a little bit of research, and I looked back into the 1990s, the heyday of.
Oh man, it don't get no better than that.
Well, NBA ratings during the 90s were setting records, and
look at who you had playing.
Well, I know that. So what do you think, just guessing, and I told you there was a combined 75 missed three-pointers in the one game that we were talking about just a minute ago. That's just the missed ones. What was by one team in the 90s. Combine the era of the 90s. How many three-pointers were attempted by one team in average?
Probably 12.
Oh, Rob, it was 11.4.
Really?
So
man.
Combined, the two teams playing together would have been about 22 three-pointers attempted.
Yeah, I never remember no one taking them. It was a big deal back in the day when you would take a three. And I'll never forget the most magical three-pointer that I ever witnessed was I think it was like the miracle. It was the Sean Elliott where he was tiptoeing out of bounds. This was in the 90s, the 99 playoff run. He doesn't fall out of bounds, drills the three. I think they called it the Memorial Day the Memorial Day miracle. And buried that three, and that's what catapulted them in. They ended up beating New York, and they won the championship in 1999.
Wow!
But that was because back then when they would go to take a three, like, he's taking a three.
So the number of 3-pointers taken in an average game has skyrocketed so high that there's very rarely any defense played. It's almost like an all-star game. They're passing around. And because when you expand the court that much and you have to guard so far out, then the defense is spread out. So obviously there's going to be a lot less defense just in general because the court is so spread. Your team is so spread out. But also they say that, there's a lot, like if you go back and watch the 90s, there was offense played like a play that was run. You could see like the strategy involved, and different teams would remember the old Lakers employed the triangle offense. Remember, and I don't know what the Spurs ran at the time, but that was really you could see like the strategy involved, and the goal was to get the ball inside and work it from the inside out. Now, not playing on nostalgia, because we do that a lot here on this because we show our age, saying, "Oh, those were the good old days," But the reality is,
but they were.
But the reality is, the numbers speak for themselves. The numbers are down 50%, almost 50% over the last 12 years in viewership of the NBA. And they've tried all kinds of things to increase that.
The in-season tournament.
The in-season tournament. They trick up the court. They have all this design, and all these different things that they're doing now to try to boost viewership. None of it's working. And I think it comes down to a couple of things that we said. One, the political aspect, but number two is just the quality of the game. Go watch a high school game these days. Go watch a high school game, and what a high school what a basketball team does is they imitate what they see on TV. 1 3 after another 3, dribble down, shoot a 3, dribble down, pass around the outside, shoot a 3. There's no strategy involved to it anymore. But I think that's something that they're noticing a lot these days, and what's going on with the NBA.
Well, I looked at the top 10 players according to ESPN, and I only know 3 of them, so that'll tell you something. And I used to name back in the 90s, I could name you 50 players that were just iconic. I can only probably name 2 right now that I know of that are still playing. Like you would take Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. That's the only 2 I can think of. I can't really start naming other players. Wemby, of course, from there, but it's to me, it's not what it used to be, and you're exactly right. I'm glad you brought this up. I do want to show something real quick.
Sure.
Got to show this because I know how huge of a fan you are of our friends down in San Antonio, your favorite team, the San Antonio Spurs. You've been a fan your entire life of them.
I did bring you something, by the way, that one of your favorite players said. I have a quote from him this morning.
You know exactly where you were on Memorial Day in 1999, don't you? That's when Sean Elliott may have hit the most memorable shot in Spurs history. With 12 seconds left in Game 2 of the 1999 Western Conference Finals, the Spurs found themselves trailing the Portland Trailblazers 85-83 when Elliott caught a pass in the corner, tiptoed over the out-of-bounds line, and lofted a high-arching three-pointer over Rasheed Wallace. The shot, now referred to as the Memorial Day Miracle,
you were right,
gave
Rob.
the Spurs the victory and propelled them to the NBA Finals and their first NBA title.
There you go. One of the most iconic shots in NBA history. Sean Elliott. I just had to throw that in there.
Well, I wanted to share with you this because I thought you would love this little story since we're talking about the NBA. In 1998-1999 NBA season, David Robinson.
The Admiral, by the way, my number one sports figure growing up still is my number one hero in sports, David Robinson. Never got to meet him.
Great man, but this shows you his character. He was asked because in 1999 Tim Duncan had come into the league, and he was getting a lot of the limelight. San Antonio won the NBA playoffs in 1999. Tim Duncan was a star. In Sports Illustrated, David Robinson reflected on what this was like for him, and this is what he said. He said, "I can't overstate how important my faith has been to me as an athlete, as a person. It helped me deal with so many things, including matters of ego and pride. For instance, I can't deny that it felt weird to see Tim standing on the podium with the Finals MVP trophy. I was thinking, man, never have I come to the end of a tournament and not been the one holding up that trophy. It was hard. But I thought about the Bible story of David and Goliath. David helped King Saul win a battle, but the king wasn't happy because he had killed thousands of men while David had killed tens of thousands. So King Saul couldn't enjoy the victory because he was thinking about David getting more credit than he was." And then this is what David Robinson said. He said, "I'm blessed that God has given me the ability to enjoy the victory. So Tim killed the 10,000s. That's great. I'm for him," he said. And he said, "Give me humility in which alone is rest, and deliver me from pride, which is the heaviest of burdens." That really shows his character about, what – talk about a hero. That's the kind of hero you want to emulate.
Yeah.
Is somebody that says, hey, I'm okay with stepping back. And I think that man did have – I love watching him play. I was never a Spurs fan.
Should have been.
But he was a great, great man. And I don't think anybody can argue with that.
The only thing I can argue is you should have been. Did I ever tell you the story of Tony's dad?
No.
I got to know Tony Parker's dad, Tony Sr. Great man, very nice guy. We got to know him because the season ticket holder for the Spurs, the season ticket salesperson for the Spurs, was really good friends with Tony Parker, and he was friends. And Tony's brothers, Pierre and TJ, I got to know them a little bit. Never got to meet Tony, but I met his dad. Well, his dad would come to Austin sometimes, and a buddy of mine lived in Austin that had that connection too. And I ended up getting half-season tickets to the Spurs, and I would give them away to my clients when I had my IT business as just a thank you. Right. And then I would go to some of the games. I'd mentioned that because I told you I sold those finals tickets, to pay for the whole season.
Yeah.
Well, Tony's dad would come to Austin sometimes, and we were asked, hey, do y'all want to go out to eat? And Mr. Parker's here. Tony Sr. is his name.
Yeah.
So we would go, and we would talk, and here's a guy wearing like Armani suits, right?
Wow.
And you'd go to pay for the bill at the end of the night, and you'd go to a nice steakhouse and have a really good dinner. And then he'd be like, I'm so sorry, guys, I forgot my wallet. Dude did that twice. Twice. Forgot his wallet. It's pretty awesome, right? Like your son at the time was a future Hall of Famer, now a Hall of Famer in the NBA, and here you are saying, hey, sorry, guys, I forgot my wallet. TP.
He learned the lesson. He learned it early.
There was something, Jason, that I had. Oh, one thing about David Robinson while we were talking about this. And friends, if you've never, those of us that have been around for a little bit, we probably know David Robinson. I know him, obviously. You know him. But if you're not a sports fan, maybe you've heard of him. You've never. Go search for documentaries on David Robinson and just how incredible of a man.
Was he in the military as well? Didn't he serve in the military?
He did, and he was in the Naval Academy, and when he got drafted, he was number one draft pick. The Spurs hit the lottery, and that's how they got him.
Yeah.
He couldn't play for a year because he had to finish up his duties with the Naval Academy. Then he comes on.
Man, a character.
Team does okay, and then they have a horrible season, and then they win the lottery again, and Tim Duncan comes on, and that's when they start really pounding the rock, as Pop would say. One thing about David Robinson, when he retired in 2003, he went out on top. I remember watching that championship game in 2003. I was in the living room. I was literally crying, And I asked my mom, what's wrong with me? And she said, that's your childhood hero. You have every right to cry because he was retiring, went out on top with an NBA championship. Did you know after he retired, he goes to Max Lucado's church, Oak Hills Church, there in San Antonio. Yeah. He became a minister at large with that church.
Golly, wonderful.
Just crazy good man.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Well, Jason, I know we got to get rolling. Do you have one more thing, or do you have a moment? I always like your stuff. I know we're going a little over today, but I didn't want to interrupt you. But was there anything else you had? Just one more
I
thing.
just wanted to give one more, but we can hit this just lightly. This is from People Magazine. This is kind of a downer, but 12 people were found dead from suspected carbon monoxide poisoning in an accident at a ski resort. And this was in the Soviet Republic of Georgia. But a lot of foreigners had go there apparently, and they ski on these mountains outside of that place, and they found when they found the people, they would just look like they were all asleep, and they would all passed away. 12 people because of carbon monoxide poisoning. I don't know. Have you ever had? And this was I saw that story and it stuck out to me because have you ever had? This time of the year is notorious for that sort of thing. You got to watch out for heaters and things like that. Have you ever had an experience with carbon monoxide before?
Not really.
So I got to tell you this quick story. Whenever I was at A&M, me and my roommate, we were living in a duplex outside of College Station, and I had a little dog at the time that was my pet, and her name was Heidi, and she slept in the bed with me every night. And so one morning, woke up, and man, I had the worst headache that I ever had. Yeah, and I didn't know what was going on, and my roommate came in. He's like, man, I don't feel good. He's like, do you feel weird? And I was like, yeah. I said, I don't know. I said, I'm not going to class today, which was a mistake because, if I would have stayed in there, but this would happen. So I let the dog down, and the dog was like, could hardly walk. I let her outside, the sliding glass door. I let her outside, and she goes up and she starts throwing up outside. Well, my roommate called me and he said, hey man, I think something's wrong with the house. He said, when I left, he said, I got so sick after I left. He said, I think something's wrong with the house. And he said, I think it might be carbon monoxide. And I didn't think nothing about it. I never even heard of it at the time, and so I just stayed in the house. It was at the time when they were just coming out with those carbon monoxide detectors, and he went and purchased one at Walmart, put the battery in it. He just walked in the house, and as soon as he walked in, that thing started going off. And we called the landlord, and the fire department had to come out, and they tested it, and it was something that was malfunctioning with the heater in our unit. But the police officer, the firefighter said, "You're lucky to be alive. You could have died easily if you would have continued to sleep. You would have just not waken up." And so, you really got to be careful with that. But when I saw that story, I thought about that. I always tell my kids, that I could have died then, and I could have because you never know. And that was a central heating unit.
Gas unit.
Yeah, gas unit.
I bet you the pilot light wasn't lit and the fumes were coming out.
Something was wrong with it. I'm not sure exactly, but it was. You couldn't smell it. It wasn't no odor. It was nothing different except the way that you felt, and it just kind of made you feel lightheaded and woozy. And but you have to be careful with that, especially this time of the year when people are using heaters and that sort of thing. It's always wise to have a carbon monoxide detector in the house.
Well, before we wrap up, I know we're going a little over today. Jason, thank you for those stories. That's why you always bring such insightful news and events and things, and I always love for you sharing that. I know you do a lot of work researching that too, so thank you for always doing that, Jason.
Oh, it's fun. I enjoy it. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in our world, and as we end this year, as we look back on 2024, I know 2024 has been a difficult year for a lot of people. Just as an election year, which is always messy, but also the just the economy and the inflation and things like that have been hard on a lot of people. But I know the next time you and I will be together, Rob, on the radio will be not next Thursday, but the Thursday after, right before the new year. So we'll get together then and talk about the 2024 year in review. But
wow, it's going to be the new year.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
What's that, the 2nd?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be together on the 2nd, but we'll talk about 2025 and 2024, looking over it. But I think I can say with great certainty, I know a lot of people are looking forward to 2025, saying goodbye to 24 and saying hello to 25. I know for you, it's been kind of a hard year with a lot of loss in your family and devastation to your house, and just a lot going on. Your wife started a new job, but I know I think you and I both talked about it off the air. We have a lot to look forward to in the next coming year, and I'm excited about what 2025 holds and the vision that we are casting as a church and as a people to say God is doing something great in our lives personally, in our lives as family, but also in our lives collectively as a church. I really believe that 2025 is going to be a great year.
It will be, and I wanted to kind of just give a teaser. I know you're working on a sermon series, and we want to invite all of you to come, just a vision for 2025.
Yes.
And we're going to do something special, and I kind of teased that on social last night, but there's something special here at the church, and it's an opportunity for people in a tangible way to kind of write down what they're looking forward to God doing in 2025. And then as service ends, people will be able to go and just an act of prayer to lift those up to the Lord. And so we'll talk more about that as time goes on, but I'm really excited about this upcoming year.
Me too. Let me say two things really quick. Number one, this Sunday, the 22nd, we'll have our Christmas service. Just a traditional Christmas service. We invite you all to come and be a part of that. If you don't have a church family, you're looking for a place to go on Christmas, come celebrate Christmas with us on the 22nd. Then on the 24th, our Christmas Eve candlelight service is a great time to get away with your family for just 30 minutes or so. We have a short, abbreviated service. It's a beautiful time. We retell the story. We just read it straight from the Scripture. Stop in the busyness of your Christmas Eve, 6 o'clock Christmas Eve. Come to the church with your family. Come as you are, and hear the Christmas story once more. We'll light a candle. It's a great time for your kids as well. It's like I said, it's not going to be a long service, not going to be drawn out. You don't have to worry about your kids getting restless. Just come in. We're going to sing a few songs. We're going to reread the Scripture and tell the story, and then we're going to light a candle, and we're going to leave. But that's Christmas Eve, 6 o'clock. The 29th here, we're going to have just an abbreviated service, but as the first of the year begins, we're going to start that brand new series, Casting a Vision for 2025.
Yeah, looking forward to that. We are giving away myrrh on Christmas Eve, right?
Just kidding. I was hoping for gold.
Gold, yeah. Frankincense. So, well, hey, let's head over real quick to our 0 Degree Creation phone and text line today. As we're about to wrap up, we do have that Cafe Texan gift card. And be thinking about this. Today's impossible question, about 11% of people say that they like this unusual taste. Do you have any idea what it is, Jason?
Bitterness.
Is that it? No, it's not it. 11% of people like this unusual taste. We'll answer that here in just a second. Let's head over, though, and we'll wrap it up in just a few moments.
Hello.
Hello, this is Wilford Brimley. How are you doing?
I think he died 10 years ago.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm calling from Liberty Medical. Now, let me tell you, if you need
another spam call.
If you need diabetic testing supplies, Liberty Medical will take care of you. And let me tell you, if you got diabetes and you don't check your blood sugar, you better check it often, and then you call Liberty Medical.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You know who this sounds like? It sounds like Adrian Hunter from Cabins and More of Texas.
It is.
Camo
yes.
TX.com.
Rob, you're good.
Yeah. What's going on, Adrian?
Oh, my goodness. Just trying to get things wrapped up from the year, and just like y'all were talking about, looking forward to the new year and what all is going to be going on.
Well,
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Well, Adrian, earlier we were talking about WCRC, and you know when that group first started going, that's where I met Adrian when we were at Daiquiri's office. She was one of the first people to ever start coming to those meetings.
Yeah.
And we just developed a wonderful friendship. And Adrian, God has just done amazing work in your life, and you've been such a blessing to so many people. I did want to ask you, y'all just had the dinner the other night. How did that go, the widow's dinner?
Oh, the Evening of Hope was absolutely amazing. We had I think there were 42 widows.
Wow.
And it was beautiful. Sweet connections were made. We had a wonderful dinner and words of encouragement from the Widows Might president, Ms. Cheryl. And just a quick plug real quick, we are so grateful for Postcards Magazine and Karen Altom. They are the ones that made it possible, along with several other sponsors. But it was phenomenal. And thank you so much for letting me come on and just share about that on Hello Huntsville.
Well, you bet, Adrian. I know that's just a wonderful event that y'all have, and it's just a blessing to so many widows in our community. It's just God doing amazing work in your life, and we so appreciate you. I did want to ask you before you go, about 11% of people say that they like this unusual taste. What is it, Adrian?
11%.
Only 11% of people like this taste. It's kind of like the people who like the smell of gasoline. It's those kind of people.
Yeah, really.
Those weird people. I have no idea. I would say dill, but I think that would be way more than 11.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
The answer, the glue that's on envelopes.
Yeah, they're weird.
All right. Well, hey, $50 to Cafe Texan. We'll have that gift card for you here at first to pick up. And Jason's got a quick question for you.
What's one thing you're thankful about living in Huntsville?
One thing I am thankful about, where there are so many, but I think to narrow it down, especially this time of year, and what I was just working on is just the support, the way that our community really pulls together and just loves on each other.
Yes.
All right. Well, there she is, Adrian Hunter, Cabins and More of Texas, camotx.com. And you need to start selling hunting supplies, because that's a great website address for hunting supplies too, camotexas.com.
It really is. And, the reason we did that is because it's also short for Cabins and More of Texas.
That's right.
And no one wants to type out that whole thing.
Yeah, I love it. Well, hey, God bless you. And I will, one of these days when I'm ready and have some cash, I am going to get a portable building for my backyard. I really miss having my little studio that I had in Georgetown, Adrian. So I'm going to let you be the one that provides that, all right?
Fantastic. We look forward to it.
All right. God bless you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You too.
All right. There she is, Adrian Hunter. Very quickly as we go here, Jamie Saucier, Steph Valley, Zeke's Craft Barbecue. They were mentioned in a popular magazine a while back. Good to see them on. Lee Cooper joining us, El Turpinning, Carolyn Gibson. Our good friend, Miss Joy Daly. She is in Palestine, Texas. In fact, a little area called Brushy Creek up there. Beautiful area. I was up there last week. And Joy, so good to see you. Melissa Barham, Lewis Murphy joining us. Jennifer said it's Thankful Thursday. I'm thankful Jesus was born to come and save us. And she said, y'all have a blessed day. There's many other ones. I'm sorry we didn't get to you today.
Mr. Saucier, by the way, just wanted to say we saw him out there at Lone Star Lights last weekend. My family got to go out there. We saw him out there, and we continue to lift up his wife.
Yeah, and he said enjoyed seeing Pastor Jason and his family at Lone Star Lights.
God bless you, brother. Thank you for what you do. We're praying for you guys and appreciate what you provide for our community.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jamie, we love you. We're going to start calling him the J. He's the J Sauce of Huntsville.
All right.
The J Sauce. Well, that'll wrap it up. Jason, thank you for being here, man.
Oh, man, it's good. Always good to be here.
Wanted to wish you and your family a very blessed and Merry Christmas. I'm looking forward to the services, and I'm just so thankful for this year and thankful for the connection that the Lord has made with us and more importantly with what he's doing in our community.
Amen.
That'll wrap it up. Hey, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Billy Cawthon and I will entertain you, and we'll close it out. Hey, real quick, big shout-out Justin Kring, who joined us here on today in studio. He brought by a gift for me. Check it out. He brought me a Troy Aikman card here that he brought a whole case of cards, by the way. But he has a Troy Aikman card. Jason's kind of jealous because he's a Cowboys fan.
We can't agree on the Spurs, but we definitely can agree on the Cowboys.
And none other than Emmitt Smith.
I like that.
And I'm going to cherish this, Justin. So big shout out to Justin Kring. for hooking me up this holiday season with some Cowboys memorabilia.
Yeah, I just think you got to go that far back to '94 before something you can really be proud of.
It was back before '94 and '93 when nobody cared about Warren G. It's a rap song, Jason. So we'll be back at it tomorrow, 7:30. We love you, Huntsville. Thanks for hanging with us on the extended show today. And as I end every show, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're not. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you this morning. Hey, Huntsville, good morning. God bless you. We'll see you back 7:30. Billy Cawthon, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, joins us in the morning. So long. We'll see you, Jason. Thank you.
God bless.